Hi everybody, welcome to Arabella's Reading Corner. I'm Arabella and today we will be reading The Cool Bean. Let's check it out. Watch out, here comes the cool beans. The cool beans. Those do look like some cool beans. Oh yeah, check out how they move. Look at the way they swagger. Notice their sunglasses. Yeah! The cool beans are known all over school, from house to house, across town, beyond country lines. Wow, that's really known. In the olden days, last year, we were all one big pot of beans. We were a mixed bag, but somehow it worked. Yep, those were the good old days. And then we stopped seeing each other as much. That's how it is sometimes. You spend less time together, even though you're not totally sure why. Like right now in the pandemic. Although most of us do know why. I watched as the beans I knew so well, the beans from my own pod, became the cool beans. Oh, they were so cool. One of them could play the guitar. Cool. One of them could draw the best superheroes. Cool. One of them could jump higher than any bean I've ever known. Cool. Me? Well, I mostly stayed the same. Sure, I made some small changes. I wore sunglasses. Too big. I slicked my hair back. Too slick. I strutted around. Ow. I swaggered. Oof. So it looks like his sunglasses is too big. And the hair's getting stuck in his comb. And also he stubbed his toe on the rock. And also he slipped on a banana peel. I was still picked last for everything. My clothes never seemed to fit. I snorted when I laughed. Honk. Well, I walked into stuff. I was an uncool bean for sure. I started thinking of myself as just a common bean with no special skills. I couldn't compete, so I didn't even try. I'd never be a cool bean. Okay, so it looks like he's still getting picked last, and the other team is unhappy about that. That's not fair. His clothes don't fit. I guess he had a growth spurt. And then he's splatting the other bean with, juice coming from his nose. That's disgusting. It seemed like there were two types of beans in the world. There were the cool beans and the beans like me. Manguma Beach. The days all blended together. I lived my life and things were just okay. I took tests and late lunches and mostly kept to myself. Cool beans continued being cool. I mean, sure, I missed them a bit, but it's not like I was going to say anything. I felt like that coolness had gotten in the way of our friendship. And that's how it went. Until one day. Ooh, I wonder what happened on that day. I was in the cafeteria. I dropped my lunch on my loafers. Oh no, not again. But then something sort of miraculous happened. Out of nowhere, one of the cool beans helped me clean it up. He didn't even say anything. He just gave me a nod. That was it. Later, I was out on the playground. I tripped and scraped my knee and maybe cried a little bit, and everyone saw it. Another one of the cool beans came to my side, and without a word, he dusted me off. It's nice. Ooh, she must have gotten a really bad injury in soccer. That afternoon, I was sitting in class. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't notice, but our teacher had called on me. Everybody stared. I sat there in silence. Nobody said anything. And then everybody just laughed at me. That was it. After today, I was officially a has-been. But then one of the cool beans stood up and came over to me. Everybody watched. She leaned in close and whispered, "Hey, the teacher asked you to read from page 32. Then she gave me a quick wink and went back to her seat. But it was a small gesture, sure, but it was also everything." I forgot to show you the other page. That's the teacher calling on him. I believe he is a garbanzo bean. Garbanzo beans are one of my favorite beans. And that's him reading from page 32 because one of the cool beans told him. I walked home with a goofy smile on my face. Oh, that is a goofy smile. I smiled all the way through dinner. That day made all the difference. It was a day that could have been really bad, if not for the kindness of a few cool beans. It gave me a shred of confidence. That shred of confidence has continued to grow. That's good. That's a silly smile, isn't it? Somebody had my back. Or a few somebodies. It looks like they're starting to be part of the cool beans again. After that, I started hanging out with the cool beans again. How have you been? Get it? How have you been? But not all the time, but sometimes. At lunch, after school, even on the weekends. So there he is, telling a joke to the cool beans. That's him riding his bicycle, and him watching a movie on the weekends. And that's something I'll have to do. Throughout all of this, I realized that it's not about how you look or any of that other silly stuff. Just throwing his glasses in the garbage. It's about a wink or just a nod or a smile at just the right moment. It's about dusting somebody off, helping them up again, and pointing them in the right direction. So he's throwing his glasses in the garbage, and then he's helping somebody get up. You need a hand? Yes, please. Now that's cool. I hope you enjoyed this book.